So in the beginning of the story, it is shown that a man kills an old sweeper and steals his appearance and goes inside the office and takes out a big sniper from his belongings and starts assembling it. During this, he sees a lady whom he shoots without hesitation. Hearing the sound of the bullet as soon as the guards come here, this man shoots her too. Just then, Thieson of the owner of the company passes by, to kill whom this man starts chasing him, and that boy, while walking, reaches the stairs. The shooter shoots on his leg and runs away from there. Now that shooter had reached the top floor here, when he looked down, the police had also come. He threw a smoke bomb there and then very comfortably got out of this building and disappeared. After coming to his hotel room, he combs in his real disguise, and at this time we can see his face clearly. This is actually this Jackal, the main character of our series. At this time, the boy on whose leg Jackal had shot, his father was a politician. And as soon as he comes to know that there has been a deadly attack on his son, they leave for the hospital, and Jackal reaches the building right in front of the hospital. Actually, this was all Jackal's plan. He had to believe the politician and not his son, so he only injured the politician's son because he knew that now the politician will definitely come to the hospital to meet him, and then Jackal will make him his target. Here Jackal assembles his song. The guards outside also prepare to safely take the politician out of the care and at the right time. Jackal shoots at him from a distance of 100 feet. After finishing his work, Jackal opens his gun and packs it in a suitcase and leaves the building by planting a bomb at the place from where he shot. A very big politician was shot from there. In a few minutes, the police also reaches there. Before the police could search the place completely, a bomb blast takes place in which many policemen are killed and also injured. After the scene cuts, we are now shown an agent named Bionica who works for MI6. This agency works for the agency and does big missions and catches big criminals. Bionica gets the news of the politician's death from the news, and after hearing this news, she is shocked that he was killed from a distance of about 2 miles, which was impossible, and even if it was done, then the shooter was very skilled. Here we see Jackal, who buys a very expensive chess hand, then leaves for his home from here. It was obvious that a very big person had died, so check posts were set up at various places to catch the criminal. Jackal is also checked and questioned. Then Jackal tells that he had come here to buy a very expensive chess because he has a hobby of collecting old things. The police do not find anything in his car which makes them suspicious. That is why they let Jackal go. Here we see that when Bionica goes to her headquarters the next day, thesis of the same politician is being discussed there. Here she is shown a building. From where the politician was shot, the distance between the politician and that building was 38-15 meters, and immediately after the shoot, they saw a man coming out from there who had only a suitcase in his hand. So it was Jackal, but Bionica refuses to believe him to be the killer, saying that for the distance from which this shot was made, a very big sniper is needed, which is impossible to fit in a small suitcase. That sniper gun is inside the same building, and through that sniper gun we can find out the criminal. Then Bionica is told that her team had searched the whole building, but they did not find any sniper there. The meeting gets dismissed, after which Bionica tells her boss Isabel that I think I can find that killer, because I know a person who makes special snipers. This sniper must have also been taken from him for such missions, and through him we can reach the killer. After listening to him, Isabel gives him permission to investigate. Here we see Jackal, who had now come to Paris. Here Hetries to talk to his dealer through Dark Fab, on whose instructions he killed the politician. Despite completing his mission, he did not receive the remaining amount. Here Jackal also talks to another dealer, and he also gives a mission to Jackal to kill someone. For this, he was giving a huge amount, i.e. $10 million to Jackal, but for this, he had only one condition, that Jackal will meet him before the mission. Although Jackal does not meet anyone related to his mission, but here he was getting more money, so he accepted this condition also. Here we see Bionica, who secretly comes and meets a lady and asks her about Norman, i.e. about the same man who is an expert in making snipers. This girl refuses to tell anything and also says that it would be better if you do not meet me again. Otherwise, my husband will harm me. Seeing his attitude, she comes out and says to him, "Don't you remember that I have all your secrets? If you don't give me Norman's number through your husband, then you will be behind the bars of the jail. It is seen that Jackal has reached to meet his new dealer, who is a girl. After coming here, Jackal asks this girl that, who is the target, the girl. Told that he was a very famous person of the world, it was not that easy to believe him. Then Jackal said that to get him killed, you will have to increase the price 10 times. That means earlier you were talking of 10 million. Now, I will be able to do this work for you, only after taking at least 100 million. Here, to blackmail the woman, Bayakas gets your daughter kidnapped from a Protestant, accuses her of attacking the police, and takes her to the police station. Now here Jackal is shown, who has come in the middle of the forest, where he has a luxurious house apart from his house. There is no other house far away. At his house, we also see his wife, Nuria, after which we are shown a secret room built in his room where he hides all his guns and evidence. After hiding all the things of today also, he checks his account again where he had not received the payment till now. On the other hand, a big problem comes upon Bionica. The girl whom she had kidnapped and brought to jail, her health deteriorates. They also try to take her to the hospital, but it is of no use. She dies on the way. The very next morning, Bionica gets a call from Allison, that is, the girl's mom, before listening. To her, Bionica asks her, "Did you get Norman's number?" But Allison, without answering Bionica, tells her, "I know that you are the one who got my daughter arrested because a day before you asked me for Norman's number, and the very next day my daughter got arrested without any reason." This cannot be a coincidence. Bionica acted as if she did not know anything about this. She did not tell Allison about her daughter's death. I did not tell her either. Instead, she started blackmailing her, saying that I do not know anything, that your daughter has been arrested, but if she has been arrested, then I can get her released very easily. But in return, you will have to give me Norman's number. In the meantime, Bionica is called to the office for reporting. Isabel tells her that a girl has died in jail because of you. What do you have to say about this? Instead of getting embarrassed, Bionica tells Isabel that, from the report of that boy, we came to know that he was a heart patient, he died of a heart attack. Yes, I definitely play with the fact that he died in jail and it was very bad, but now I cannot do anything in all this. Saying this, she leaves the office and calls Allison again and says that I have talked to an officer to get your daughter released, but the condition is that before that, write down Norman's number for me through your husband. Bionica was still not able to interrogate Jackal's first case, while on the other hand, Jackal was in his second case. He had started preparing for the case. He searched about Duck Charles, and he came to know that crores of people of the world followed Duck Charles, and this time he was going to do something due to which the richest people of the world could have a lot of problems. That is why the big rich people of the world together wanted to kill Duck Charles. Here we are shown a meeting of those rich people in which a girl named Gina tells them that she hashered Jackal to kill Duck Charles. For this work, he is asking for $100 million.
He wants half the amount before his work is done and the other half later. What problem did they have with Duck Charles? We also get to know this through Duck Charles' interview. Duck Charles was going to launch such a software, due to which any person in the world could see the worth of the rich people of the world and could see where they spend their wealth and how they have earned it. Due to this, all the politicians and rich people were afraid of their privacy and reputation. They wanted to stop the launch of this software. He wanted to kill Charles. Today was Jackal's son's birthday. He was celebrating it with his family. When Alvaro, his wife's brother, came to him, he knew that Jackal has a lot of money. That's why he was requesting Jackal for some money, so that he can buy his friends half bar. Jackal was in a hurry right now and he asks to discuss about it later, and then we see that a transaction of 3.7 million euros had taken place with him. This amount was given to him for a new mission, for which he had to go. His wife, Nuria, comes to drop him to the airport from where he had to go to Germany. But the strange thing was that as soon as Nuria leaves, he changes his route. He visits a bank, withdraws cash, and heads to the airport with a fake ID and passport. And during this time, we see that Nuria notices him. Nuria immediately calls Jackal, but Jackal does not receive the call. Nuria gets worried and tells her mother, who says, "I warned you not to trust Jackal, he's definitely cheating on you." Here we see Allison, who was sitting with her husband in a bar, and she sends her husband to get something on some pretext, after which she takes out Norman's number from his mobile, takes his picture and sends it to Bar so that Bionica can get her daughter released. Bionica had also gone one step ahead in her case. She now sends this number to be traced. Here Jackal comes and meets Sina, that is, his new dealer, who asks him, "Why have you come to Germany? You have just killed a politician and the police is searching for you. If they catch you, then nothing like this will happen." She tells him that I have full faith in you that you will be able to do our work, but my other client wants to know whether you will be able to do this work or not. They do not want any mistake in this work. After telling the matter and checking, he goes to his hotel room where he starts checking who had given him money to kill the politician last time. Here Noria reaches there with her full force, tracing Norman's location. Norman already knew about their arrival and was ready with his weapons. As soon as these people came, Norman shot and killed 2 men and then took his gun and fled from here in his car. Vanica could not catch him, however. She found a suitcase there. Vanica put that suitcase and her dead companions in her car and left for her office. Now, since the purpose of Nico was completed, she sent word to Allison through someone that her daughter had died in police custody. Heartbroken, Allison and her husband leave the city for London. Vanica now reaches the headquarters with that suitcase and shows Isabel and the others that suitcase, which has a full sniper gun inside it. Vanica said that I reached the headquarters while traveling with this suitcase, but nobody caught me. Nobody doubted this suitcase. Surely Norman must have made a similar suitcase for that killer, and a similar suitcase was also seen in that footage. Here it becomes clear that whoever the shooter is, he knows Norman, and with the help of Norman, he gets weapons made for himself. Impressed by the progress, Isabel hands the case over to Vanica. Here we see Jackal, who got a call from Noria. After a long time, he contacted Noria. She asked why he didn't go to the airport that day. Jackal clearly lies that he could be someone else, but Noria was adamant that it was Jackal. She suspects Jackal is cheating, but he shows her his empty room and washroom. Noria relaxes and hangs up, but she quickly returns home. She asks him to come back. Now Noria had started searching Jackal's things at home as well. She enters his private room and discovers Jackal's hidden gun cabin. Here we see that secretly Bianica had called Allison to meet her again, while her husband was very sad. Allison asked why she had called me. Then Bianica told that we had gone to catch Norman. We could not succeed in catching him, but we have his phone in which your husband Larry's calls have come many times. If you want that your husband should not be involved in this case and should not be sent behind the bars of the jail, then you find out through him where Norman is now. Allison was in so much pain at this time, she did not give in to the blackmailing outside and says that because of you my daughter was killed. Now whatever you do, I will not listen to you. Saying this, she comes back to her room where her husband asks for her phone from the picture in Allison's phone. He comes to know that Allison was the one who gave Norman Larry's brother's number to Nika. Saying this, he gets so angry at Allison that he starts hitting Allison. Allison also comes out of the room to save her life, but her husband drags her inside the room and kills her by beating her. On coming to the office, Nika sees another progress in the case. She tells that before killing the politician, Norman was repeatedly called by a man named Jackal. That is why Nika now asks her team members to find out about Jackal. Here, Jackal goes to the parking of a hotel and kills a car driver and takes his appearance. It is seen above that it was the funeral of the politician who was killed by Jackal, where no one was seen sad. Everyone was worried about their share. His wife, daughter and son were quiet for the time being. The one who leaves from here after the funeral, Jackal, had also shot at his leg. It is revealed that Jackal was the one who killed the bodyguard sitting with him at the driving stage, and then told the boy that you should not have abused me that day. The boy got scared after seeing Jackal and said, but I had given you money to kill my dad, and you would have shot me. He got lost in the flow, and that is why I did not give you your remaining money. Actually, Jackal had also found out who was going to kill the politician and who had stopped his money. On hearing his confession, he turns the car and takes it to another route. That means Jackal had kidnapped this boy, and whatever confession he had heard till now, other bodyguards had also heard it through his phone call. Jackal goes to a deserted place and shoots him, and then plants a bomb in his car and leaves after some time. When the bomb blasts, all the evidence is destroyed. On the other hand, we see that Jackal's wife, Noria, had called her brothers here to investigate about Jackal, but they also try to open Jackal's locker to know how much money he has, but even the three of them together are unable to open his locker. After that, Alvaro, Noria's brother, sees through the map that there is a secret room inside this house, which they somehow break and reach inside that room, where they find a lot of money and fake identities. As soon as that door opens, Jackal's security alert also starts working, and Jackal comes to know that Noria and her brother Alvaro have gone to his secret room. Jackal was traveling in all these thoughts when he accidentally met with an accident. The van driver follows him, and Jackal tries to handle the situation by offering money. But unfortunately, the police arrives there. They ask for both cars' documents, then tell Jackal they need to search his car. While searching the car, they find a lot of money and fake passports, due to which Jackal gets trapped. But Jackal did not want this, so he called the police. He also shot the man in front of him because he had seen Jackal killing the police. Then he put the gun in both their hands in such a way that the viewers would think that both of them had shot each other. After setting the whole atmosphere, he left from there, after which on the way he called his wife Nuria and told her that I am in Paris these days, and you also come to Paris for a few days. I want to tell you something very important. Nuria agrees to him, and he books a hotel room in Paris for Nuria. After some time we are shown that Nuria comes to the room, and as soon as she comes, she slaps Jackal hard for his lie. But Jackal handles all his lies very well here and tells Nuria that actually I am a secret agent and I get many missions which I have to complete secretly. I am not doing any bad work, but because I am a secret agent, that is why I have to hide my identity. My life is also in danger in all these missions. That is why I do not have orders to tell anyone about my missions. That is why I was leaving for the mission that day too, and I did not want you to know my real location. That is why I told you while leaving that I am going to Germany. Sensing Nuria was convinced, Jackal said, I'll soon leave this job for you and our son, and come live with my family. Here we see that Sina has met her boss who had actually hired Jackal to kill Duck Charles. He had received the news that Jackal had also killed the son of that politician, due to which the danger behind him has increased a lot. He is afraid that the police will catch him, and more than that, he is also afraid that whether he will be able to kill Duck Charles or not. He tells Gina that whatever happens, our work must be done. Here we are shown Baraka, who gets a message from Allison. She was calling him to meet, and actually these messages were sent by Allison's husband. Baraka also reaches the place told by Allison, and here after coming back, he also comes to know that those messages were not sent by Allison but by her husband. Bonica got scared seeing the knife and quickly reported it to headquarters. An officer nearby was sent to assist her. This officer could have made a deadly attack on Larry, so Bonica immediately alerted that officer that we have to catch this man alive at any cost. Now Larry, understanding Bianca's desire, tries to run away from there, but Bianca also goes and catches him. Then that man attacks Bocca instead, and then many officers come here and surround him. Here the officers save Bocca from him, but Larry manages to escape from there. Bocca was very sad about his escape because Larry was the only person who could take them to Norman. To catch him, they go to his hotel room and see that Larry had also murdered his wife Allison. The scene cuts and we are shown Duck Charles, to whom his security chief was telling that your life is in danger. If you go to that concert on the 28th and launch your app, then it is possible that someone has come there to kill you. But Duck Charles was still adamant that he would go to that concert on the same day and also launch his app there. Here we are now showing the concert hall in which Duck Charles had to launch the app. Jackal had come here to inspect before the mission that which place would be right from where he could be successful in killing Duck Charles. Jackal climbs up the ceiling of the concert hall and from there starts taking pictures of every angle of the concert hall. But then by mistake his foot slips and he is about to fall down, but he hangs by holding the ceiling. He had already fallen down, but he saved himself and stood up again. Then he came down from the ceiling and met a man named Rasmus who did the sweeping work here. He knew that this man is useful to him. That is why he also befriends this man. Here Bianca, who goes to her house, sees that Larry was already present at her house. The man she was looking for had held Bianca's daughter captive. Larry had come to take revenge for his daughter's life. He says, "You killed my daughter. Now I'll kill yours in front of you." But before he can act, Bianca shoots him in the leg and rescues her daughter. Larry was lying injured there. Then Bianca asked him, "Where is Norman?" She would have completed her investigation here if her daughter was not afraid. Here we see that as soon as Jackal reaches his room, furious, she asked, "Why target the politician's son? Now you know how many police are after you, and my clients have started thinking that you will not be able to complete their mission." Jackal was getting angry after listening to her words. And she understood. She cooled her tone and told Jackal that if you need our help anywhere in all this, you can tell us. After the scene is cut, we are shown that Larry was admitted in the hospital where Nika tortures him and asks him to tell me as soon as possible where Norman is, or else I will torture you like this. And if you tell us Norman's address, you will be allowed to kill your daughter and wife. Larry had now told Nika the location of Norman's house. It was a white-colored house, which also had a stable. Finally, we are shown Norman as well, who was injured on one of his arms last time due to Nika's attack. He was about to call Jackal when Jackal called first, saying he needed a new weapon for an upcoming mission. Jackal could not use his previous weapons because they were all made of metal. This time he had to go to a concert and kill his target, so he needed a weapon in which metal was not used at all. Norman agrees to her, but he tells him that I have an injury in my hand right now. Cannot do this work for you so soon. Jackal tells Norman that he is in a hurry. This mission is very important for him. He tells Norman that if you cannot make it, then I will come there to help you. Norman also tells Jackal his location. Now, as soon as Jackal reaches his city, we see that Norman himself had come to pick him up till his house. This whole house was full of weapons, and there were many suitcases here as well, which Jackal had used in the previous mission. Jackal had to get a similar suitcase made this time too, but he did not need metal in it, and Jackal had already made the drawing of all that, which he shows to Norman and asks him to arrange the material for him to make it. Norman brings all these things and gives them to him. And in a short time, both of them make this gun very easily, and Norman also gives some training to Jackal in using a gun. Here we also see Nika outside, who has reached Norman's city to catch Norman. Here we see Nika outside, who has reached Norman's city to catch Norman. We see that Jackal had reached the jungle for practice. As soon as he turned back for home after finishing his practice, he saw a car coming near Norman's house. He understood that these must be agents who have come to capture Norman. Understanding the situation, Jackal immediately gets down from the car and, without giving power to Bayunka's car, he goes near and sits in a cafe, and immediately calls Norman to alert him, but Norman was asleep and was not picking up the call. Now after a while, when he picks up the call, Jackal tells him to erase all the evidence here and blow up this place with a bomb because me 6 agents have reached here searching for you. Norman quickly tries to remove all the data here, and before he can escape from here, shooting starts here, which was done by Bianca and his team. Norman also picks up a gun to save himself from them and shoots those people. 190, even managed to kill them, but then he ran out of bullets. As soon as he started reloading, Bianca and his team shot them. People quickly came inside. Mayanika shot him in the leg and wounded him and took him captive. She now asks him to tell where Jackal is. Norman clearly refuses. Who is Jackal? Mayanika says don't pretend too much. If you are here, then Jackal must also be somewhere around here before they can torture Norman and find out about Jackal from him. A gunshot is heard which kills Norman. This bullet was fired by Jackal himself, who did not want MI6 agents to torture Norman and find out his location, but the firing of this bullet had trapped him. MI6 agents now find him, i.e. Jackal, and run after him to catch him. It was Jackal's luck that there were horses here on which he ran away from here. Bok and his agents ran after him to catch him, but Jackal went inside the forest where, taking advantage of the darkness, he jumped into the river and escaped from Baka's hands. After crossing the river, he finally reached a place where he could see a farmhouse in front of him. He was thankful that he found a place to rest, and he went there and slept. But as soon as he opened his eyes, there was a man in front of him who was pointing a rifle at him. And that man took Jackal captive. He was not an agent. Actually, he was the owner of this property who thought Jackal was a thief. Once it comes to the mind of this man to release Jackal, but when he sees a big sniper in Jackal's luggage, he takes Jackal to his home and calls his elder brother and explains everything to him. The elder brother tells him to let him talk to Jackal. Jackal tells him that you can ask for as much money as you want, but please release me. To which the man said that, okay, we will release you, but before that I would like to meet you. That man was now coming here with his son, when his brother who was with Jackal. From his actions, Jackal guessed that these people are not going to release Jackal, so now he uses his training, frees himself and kills that man with his gun. After killing him, he leaves from here. He was trying to escape in this man's car, but this car was in bad condition. In the meantime, that man's brother and son also reached there. When that man went inside and saw that his brother has been killed by Jackal, he got angry. He knew that Jackal must be hiding in the car, so he came near the car with his rifle, where Jackal shot at him from under the car and injured him. After that, Jackal comes out from under the car and kills him. His son also saw this whole scene. He got scared and surrendered himself to Jackal, and Jackal told him to drive the car quietly. The boy started driving as per Jackal's instructions. As soon as he sat in the car, Jackal called his wife Nuria here. Jackal says to Nuria, "Forgive me. Maybe I will not be able to escape this time and I will never be able to come back." Hearing this, Nuria gets worried and asks him, "Tell me where you are. I can save you." Jackal wanted Nuria's trust. That's why he plays a game. He knew that Nuria already knew about his secret room. He himself tells Nuria about his secret room. Now, after reaching his destination, Jackal was about to kill that man as well, but that boy said, "Please don't kill me. I have a family." Jackal also believes his words, because there was a picture of his family on his phone. Jackal said, "Okay, I will leave you, but if anyone gets to know about my words, I will kill both your wife and child." Now Jackal goes to a hotel where Nuria was already waiting for him. He meets Nuria and apologizes to her, and says that from today onwards I will not take any such mission. After this mission, I will retire and spend all my time with you and my baby. Nuria believes his words and now he changes his disguise in front of Nuria and gets ready like an old lame man. He had to go to the airport and from there to the concert where old Deck Charles had to come as his target. In the same plane, we see that Barnaca has also come because she has also been given the order to provide security to the same concert. Seeing her, Jackal understood that now he will face more difficulties in killing Duck Charles. Now Jackal comes to his hotel and changes his appearance. Then someone knocks on his door. They say that they were policemen who had reached Jackal by mistake while looking for someone else, but his injured face raised suspicion. The officer asked for his number and called his phone. After not getting anything significant, he also went to Jackal. Here Jackal now calls Rasmus for a drink. He is the sweeper of the same concert hall where the concert is to be held. While drinking, Jackal mentions he's staying in a hotel. Rasmus offers him a place at his home. The next day, Jackal meets Gina again. He tells Gina that because of killing the politician, Barnaca and his team are with me. She is after me and can make my work difficult. I want you to do something to her. Gina says, "Okay, your work will be done." On the other hand, we see in the office that Barnaca was also working on the Jackal case. One of Barnaca's team members had seen Jackal on the day Jackal fired the shot. With his help, these people are making a sketch of Jackal. We go here and see Rasmus's house, who was pretending to be an engineer and was also busy in his work. Seeing him, Rasmus says to him, "Why don't you come with me to the concert hall? That place is very prestigious." Rasmus uses his ID to open the concert hall so Jackal can enter and copy its map, as Jackal plans to build a similar one. But Jackal had come here for some other purpose. By the time Rasmus comes here, Jackal finds a safe place to hide from, where he had to kill the target. It is shown that Bianca and one of his companions were now leaving for the concert hall. They had to check the security there. As soon as they come out of their office, someone attacks them, from which, luckily Bianca and his other companion survive. Boca retaliates and all those who had come to kill them are killed in that firing, and Boca starts his journey. Today there was no main concert in this concert hall in which the app was to be launched, but today was the day after which this concert hall was to be closed for security purposes. Jackal knew that today is the only chance to go to this place. He takes some water and dry fruits, and using Rasmus' ID, goes inside the concert hall. Jackal now goes to the roof of the concert hall and hides there at the place which he had already pointed out. At this place, no one could see him, nor was there any danger to him, and staying here he could easily kill Ulex Charles. Jackal took his position as soon as he came, although he knew that Deck Charles will come here after 2 days. But since movement will be prohibited here for 2 days, there were no chances of his coming, so he was going to wait for him here for 2 days. Just one night before the concert, this place is thoroughly checked with the help of dogs and different types of gadgets so that it can be ascertained that no bomb or weapon is hidden here. No person is hiding here, and the person for whom all this was happening, these people did not even know that he was hiding here for a long time. Now the day of the concert also comes. Beaker and her team also come here, but the security here was so strict that no one could take even a small knife inside, not even the agents of MI6. After the concert, we see that Duck Charles finally comes here himself, who was actually the target of the check. As soon as he comes, Jackal comes out of his position and kills a cameraman and takes his position. Here it is shown that Gina and everyone were waiting for Deck Charles to die. But before that there was a problem here. Deck Charles's security, the guard, attacked him and the bullet did not hit Ule, but security was alerted for him. The rest of the bodyguards present there shot the man who had fired the shot, and in the meantime Jackal did not get a chance to shoot Lule Dex. And here his mission failed, but he still had one more chance, because due to this accident Lule was taken away from this concert for security purposes and the launch of his app was also postponed. Now Jackal comes down from the roof of that concert hall and goes to meet Rasmus. Rasmus was excited to meet him, but he did not know that Jackal is his death at this time. Jackal kills him in such a way that no one suspects his death. Here we see that all his bosses were very angry with Gina because Jackal was not able to complete his work and Gina had hired Jackal. We come to know that Jackal had also fired a bullet to kill Owl, which hit the bulletproof glass, and because of this he failed, and this was the reason for their anger. Here we are shown that Dallas again held a media conference and told that he will soon launch his Lever app. Then Bianca also comes to know through the security cameras that Jackal was hiding in the ceiling of this concert hall since 2 days ago. Catching him had become even more important for them because earlier he was the murderer of a very big politician and now he was planning to kill another very big person. The sketch of Jackal that Bianca had made through one of her team members is now shown on TV and his wanted posters are put up. Jackal's family also sees this picture and Nuria calls for and Jackal. She suspects Jackal that he is not in any security agency because MI6 agents themselves do not put up posters like this to catch any of their agents. When Nuria talks to Jackal, Jackal does not lie and says, yes, that picture is mine which you are seeing. People have seen it on TV and I will meant to tell the truth. Nuria broke down saying, enough, I am fed up with your drama. Come back home as soon as possible. Now, here we see that Bianca goes to Larry for investigation because she knew that Larry would still know the location of Norman and Jackal somewhere. She first apologizes to Larry because both Larry's wife and daughter got caught in this mission, but Larry angrily says that their death is not because of this mission, but because of you. Saying this, he does not say anything else but cuts his throat with a knife right here in front of her, i.e. Bianca, seeing her last hope dying in front of her eyes. Bianca breaks down. She goes to her headquarters, where she comes to know that a file was taken out for her in which there were names of those sharp shooters who are considered the best shooters till date, and surely one of them could be Jackal. As soon as the outsider starts reading this file, the story goes to the past, but we are shown Jackal's past when he was a soldier. Jackal was in Afghanistan at that time and his job was to eliminate the Taliban. Jackal was a very good sharp shooter. That's why he was given the most difficult missions in which his partner named Alex also went with him. Today Jackal had to kill the leader of the Taliban. Killing him was not that easy. They arranged to kill him from as far away as possible, and Jackal killed him in a single shot, due to which all these people got even more impressed with Jackal. After this mission, when Jackal and his partner were parting, a man named Tom comes to them who tells Jackal that I know you are a very good sharp shooter. If I tell you to work for me, the same work that you still do, the work of killing people, then I will give you many times more money than your monthly salary for doing one job. Jackal does not even find his offer bad because he did not want to agree to an innocent person. He had to agree to a very big gangster in return for which he was getting $20 million, almost his 1 year's salary. He goes for this mission with Alex and he does not face any difficulty as he was told. He easily kills that gangster in a single shot and as soon as he completes this job, he gets $20 million. Here Tom tells him that you have done one job. If you want, you can earn a lot of money by doing more work like this. The next day we see that Jackal was on a mission. He had to kill a whole group of Taliban who were planning a big terrorist attack. Jackal took his position from a distance and as soon as his target came in front of him, Jackal killed him. There was a commotion here. The people inside fired back, but the US military outnumbered them, killed everyone inside, and discovered there was no planning happening. Their news was false. Only a wedding was taking place inside. Jackal felt very bad to know this, but not his leader. He considers the lives of so many innocent people as his mistake, and without any regret, he goes here as Jackal leaves. This makes Jackal very angry. He decides that he will no longer work with them. As soon as they reach a little distance, Jackal stops all the vehicles saying that he feels there are landmines ahead. He goes with his friend Alex to check the landmines, but there was nothing there. Then Jackal takes out a remote from his pocket and presses a button. after which both their vehicles behind him blast and all his companions are also killed. This work was done by Jackal, but Jackal's friend thought that maybe they have been attacked. He got very scared, but Jackal kept moving forward calmly. He did this work because he knew that the US military is killing innocent Afghans. The scenes come in the present and we see Jackal. When he came to his house, Nuria was very angry. She asks him, "Is it true that you do not work for any security agency? Is it also true that you can kill anyone for money?" Nuria tells him, "I am telling you all this truth. I know, but I want to hear this truth from you." Jackal also gets emotional and angrily tells her that, "Yes, I can kill anyone for money." Here the situation gets worse and Nuria leaves from there crying. There is no conversation between these two till the next day, and the next day Nuria says to Jackal, "Can't it be possible that you leave all this work and stay with me and our son?" Jackal had already planned this. He agreed with Nuria, promising to leave everything and live a normal life, but asked to finish one last mission first. Nuria, upset, walked away. Meanwhile, we see that Nuria's brother Alvaro also came here. He gets excited and asks Nuria that where is Jackal? "I want to introduce Jackal to James." On hearing James' name, Nuria gets scared knowing James is a gangster and scolds her brother for working with him, but he does not listen to her. Then Nuria gets worried and goes to Jackal and tells him that Alvaro is in cahoots with Jamie. He's a gangster and will definitely harm Alvaro. Nuria feared that any mistake in business could put them all in danger because Jamie was a very big gangster and he did not think before killing anyone. Jackal relaxes Nuria here and says, "Look Nuria, as long as I am alive, no one can harm you." Now he meets Alvaro and says that, "I am ready to meet Jamie. Set up a meeting with Jamie and tell me where to come." Alvaro becomes very happy after hearing this. Immediately after that, we see that Jackal has come to meet a friend of his who had a boat. Jackal borrows the boat and leaves from there after keeping his luggage in it. Here we are shown that now Alvaro was sitting with Jamie and he tells him about Jackal. He tells that Jackal has a lot of money and if he agrees to this deal, we can get millions of dollars from him. While they were talking, they suddenly heard the sound of a gunshot and Jamie fell on the table. Alvaro got upset after seeing all this, but he also came to know that the one who killed him was none other than Jackal. Now, since Jamie was a very big gangster, the news of his death spread like fire, and here Bahanika also came to know about this news. The distance confirmed to Bahanika that Jackal was behind the murder. Next, we again see Jackal, who takes a new boat, and after keeping his luggage in it, he leaves for the island of Duck Charles. Now, after going far away from Odie, he kills the owner of this boat and then starts assembling his sniper. He had come fully prepared to kill Duck Charles. He was about 2 kilometers away from that island. He pretends here as if he has come to catch fish. He can be seen from the security room. Through CCTV cameras, the boat is visible, but his boat was not clear, so no one paid much attention to it. Here we see that like every day, Duckles goes to swim in the sea with his security guards. Now because it was a question of Duckles' security, a man went to check the boat in which Jackal was. Seeing him coming towards him, Jackal shot him, and here everyone got to know that there is a shooter in that boat. Now seeing all this, the security guard who was swimming with Duck Charles goes underwater with Duck Charles, but Jackal knew that these people will come out after a few seconds because one cannot hold breath for more than a second. Underwater, Jackal starts counting, and as soon as they come out of the water, Jackal first shoots Duck Charles' security guard. Hearing the sound of this gun, Duck Charles again goes inside the water, but Jackal starts counting again, and this time when Duck Charles comes out to breathe, Jackal shoots him right on his head and kills him. His work was completed. He had killed his target. After this there was no question of staying here. He quickly escaped from here with his boat before Duck Charles' security guards could locate him. Now after finishing the boat journey, Jackal is heading towards home in his car when he gets a message from Nuria that due to Jamie's death they have arrested Alvaz, and due to Jamie's murder, checkposts were set up at various places in the city. At this time Jackal had a gun and his weapons too. He knew that if the police saw this, Jackal would not survive. That's why he drives his car away from here by blowing away the policeman with his car. Now the police start chasing him, but due to the short route, Jackal runs away from here with his car, but the police car meets with an accident. The news of Duck Charles' death had also come in the news, and it is revealed that the launch of the river application which he was going to launch was also postponed. point, according to his boss, and everyone is very happy to see this. As soon as Boca gets the news of Duck Charles' death, she goes to Isaiah and tells him that firstly Duck Charles was killed from a distance of 2 kilometers, and secondly James was murdered in Spain. He was also killed from a distance of about 1.5 kilometers. I think Jackal is behind both of these, and we should catch Jackal, but Isabel ordered her to close all these cases, hearing which Boca was shocked. There were 3 murders of such big people. How could her boss ask her to close these cases? She wanted to proceed further with this case, but Isabel said ending the case helps all, and if you want to do as you please, then you can leave my team. Boca also leaves from here in anger. After some time, Isabel is called by her senior, and she is ordered to catch Jackal by any means. They knew that only Bocana can do this work. Isabel, she gives the bad news that she had recently fired Bianca, on which she gives him the task to go and convince Bianca to come back. Here we see that when Jackal was heading towards his house, a small child came in his way. While trying to save him, he met with an accident. His car fell down the hill, and due to the overturning, Jackal could not even get out of it. After a while, a man passed by who, seeing Jackal in a bad condition, came down to help him. That poor man had helped Jackal so much. With great difficulty, he opened Jackal's car and took him out, but Jackal treats him very badly. He snatches his car and runs away from here, showing him a gun. Unfortunately, the car soon runs out of fuel, forcing him to abandon it to erase evidence. Jackal pushes this car into the ditch. Now, while he was going through the forest, he sees an old couple who had come to sell themselves. He goes to them posing as a decent man and offers help while asking for money. He says to them that I am not feeling well. Will you people take me to the hospital? The couple dies and they leave. Here we see Alvaro. Nuria came to get him released, and the police let him go, convinced Alvaro wasn't involved in Shami's death. Here we see that Isabel had come to meet Bianca. Isabel says to Bianca, I thought a lot about your words. You were right. It is a matter of death of so many people. We cannot leave this case like this. So I want you to proceed with this case and catch Jackal and bring him here. On the other hand, we see that the couple was going towards the hospital with Jackal, but then Jackal pointed a gun at them and told them to quietly take him to the airport. The airport was very far from here. It was night and it had become dark. Jackal stops this car to take rest. When these people are taking rest, the old man asks Jackal. He asks, will you kill us? Jackal says, no, I will not get anything by killing you. I will just reach the airport. Now when they sit back in the car, the old woman shows them the way and injures Jackal with the knife in her hand. When the old man sees Jackal at the concert, he attacks him. Jackal also gets angry and gets up and shoots the old man dead, and then says to the old woman, you did not do well. I should not have killed you if you had dropped me at the airport. Saying this, he kills the old woman too. After this, he calls Noria and says, Noria, I am coming to you soon, but now I will not take any such mission. From now on it will be you and me and our family, and no one will come between us. He was telling her what was in his heart. He says to her that we will go to a faraway island where no one can see us and we will live a good life. Hearing this, Noria says, yes, okay, you come home. I am waiting for you. We see that Barnacle also goes out for a spin. She had already reached to find Jackal. While Jackal was also at the airport, he messages his dealer through the dark web and asks him why he has not yet given his money. On receiving his message, Gina calls her boss, who evades the matter of giving the money and starts asking her about Jackal's house, etc. And from his words, Gina realizes they're unwilling to pay, but the woman insists it's not like that, they'll give her the money, but she must meet her first. Gina notes the address and heads there. Here we see that Bianca has reached Spain. She goes to the police station right after arriving and learns that Alvaro was arrested for Jamil's murder, because he was very close to Jamil these days. But then he was not guilty at all. All the people had also seen this. That is why we released Jamil. She gives Jamil's file to Bianca and also tells Bianca that to get Jamil released, her sister had come and her sister is married to a very rich man. She now gives the address of Nuria's house to Bianca, which means Bianca is automatically reaching Jackal's house. Bianca had no idea that it was Jackal's house. That's why she was keeping an eye on his house with only 1 or 2 of her members. But somewhere while connecting the dots, she got a hint that it was Jackal's house. She told her partner, I feel that this is Jackal's house, and if it is so, then we should keep an eye on him because he'll be here soon. As night falls, Nuria calls a taxi, packs her things, leaves some money, and goes. She was not going on Jackal's call but was going away from Jackal because Jackal had just told her that he will come back home. Jackal was also waiting for Nuria sitting at the airport, but when she did not come for a long time, he left the airport. Gina arrives at the hotel and When Jenna calls to ask her room number, she gives her the wrong one, because she understood that these people are planning to kill her because they do not want to give them money and also want to erase the evidence that they have. Convinced all deck Charles, here we are, shown that Jackal has also reached his house, whom Bionica recognizes on seeing. Jackal, who was completely unaware of Bionica being there, broke down on entering the house, seeing that Noria had left him and she had also taken her son from here. At the same time, he gets a call from Gina, who tells him that those people have cheated us. They are not even giving us money. On the contrary, they want to kill us. Hearing this, Jackal now came to know that anyone can come to kill him. He had to run away from here for his safety. He quickly takes a big bag and starts filling the money he has in that bag so that he can also run away from here. It is shown that Bionica and his partner had also entered the house before they could catch Jackal. Drunk Alvaro enters the house. He is taken out and killed. Hearing the bullet sound, Jackal understood that someone has come here to catch him. He quickly cuts off the lights of his house and hides in his secret room. By the time they fix the flight and try to find Jackal everywhere, they do not find Jackal anywhere. Now they had come and stood in the launch. When Bianca's partner saw that someone has pointed a gun at Bianca, he comes in front of Bianca to save her, and when Jackal fires the bullet hits him. Bianca was very sad due to the death of her partner, but at the moment she had to save herself. She moves forward with the gun and says, Jackal, I know you. I just want to know who is making you do all this. Before Jackal could answer, he turned around and came behind him and said, as soon as Bianca turned back, Jackal shot and killed her too. After finishing them off, Jake starts calling Nuria, but Nuria does not attend Jackal's call. She was at the airport at that time. Now Nuria's phone was also switched off because Nuria had thrown her phone after getting fed up with Jackal. Jackal had become very depressed due to this behavior of Nuria. He was distracted while driving. He crashed badly after something hits his car. Here, Hamzabel is shown in the MI6 headquarters, who gives this bad news to one of her colleagues that Bionica, their best officer, has been killed. Ija first tells her colleague that I knew it was bound to happen. I had even forbidden her from going there, but she did not listen. Her colleague went and sat in his cabin where he saw that he had received a message from Vanica in which it was clearly written that Isabel had sent Bionica to Spain. If he leaked this information, he knew that he would also lose his life. That is why he suppressed this truth within himself and deleted this message. The scene cuts and for a long time he was shot. Later we are shown Jackal alive, who meets Gina at a secret place. Gina tells him that we have betrayed us. Now it is in your hands, either get your money back from them or kill them. On which he tells her that right now I have to find someone and after that I will see what I have to do.